A deeper look on anxious and preoccupied attachment styles from the child's perspective at a young age. Chir- Children learn to be hyper vigilant and to be always focused on the caregivers to see if the caregivers needs to basically meet their needs, although they're lacking those necessary needs for the child. um, I also have the hypervigilant care. Well, I done that when as I was a child, focusing on quite a few other needs. And this is a great example. I lived with my grandmother for a while, a long time, and I will always help her work around the house because it fulfills me. And I truly enjoy the fact that it fulfills me. It was just to know that I'm needed and I love to be some help. But just knowing the fact when you young, you're hyper vigilant upon other people's needs besides yourself, it can get overlooked as obviously just, oh, my grandson is just hella helping. But you don't even know that there's a rooted trauma from that. And it's not to highlight it in a negative aspect or it's just always some trauma, but the aspect of just how it's already pre-set it up in that formation, the way how I just deliver it. So what I'm learning personally, since I focus on the necessary caregiving, that also tells me caregiving is within my character. And also it's another part of me that I feel the need that as you need to fulfill. And learning a way about these necessary attachment styles, it is truly giving me a lot of insight on more about myself that I may not be fully aware of. It may be so embedded into my personality and who I am that now that I have an idea of what it's called and how I go about it in a psychology way of the, the way of my mind, the way how it's programmed, it gives me more reassurance of how to handle myself. Sometimes we get so judgmental with ourselves about just where we at in life. But sometimes we need to realize that, we need to step back and realize there's other people going through different things in life and they also processing it different, but also you got to be grateful for what you have. I'm learning to be a lot more grateful and more open about where I'm at in life and accepting it and realizing it falls on me how my life transpires through every day. And since it does fall back on me, I'm taking full accountability for it. But I'm also, as I say, I'm gonna make an effort every day to change and put 1% towards my future in every element that I possibly can, corners of my life, to change to be the better version of myself. And I desire that wholeheartedly, but I have to realize that I'm human. I'm gonna have days that's like it's gonna fluctuate and it may not make a lot of sense to me. But it's gonna be days that like I have a numerous amount of energy and I can feel like I can do anything and I feel like I'm on top of the world. And I think knowing the fact that we have to find that center ground to bring us back into reality when we are as you say, too far gone on a negative aspect or too far up to bring us right there in that balance zone. And being too far up is not so bad. It's just control your arrogancy, control the ego, not kill it, but control it. It's a healthy way to have everything, and that's what I also been embracing and pushing, and also, as you say, asking source to enlighten it more, let it radiate more. Let me just be, as you say, truly comfortable within me more than I ever been before, which I'm so happy that I'm able to do it each and every day. It gets better each and every day. I really do feel the difference. But I know that what I've been doing lately here, making my videos, enjoying it, expressing it, and actually have finding that comfort zone for allowing me to be a true creator is something that I truly feel like I'm destined for. And it's another way of outlet to express things that I may not be able to want to talk to friends over or reintroduce it to someone right away. This is my time to, as you say, brainstorm and get a totally 360 view understanding of how my mind works and how do I utilize it in the most positive format that I can push it. Because ain't nothing wrong with just, you know, sometimes not be feeling it. But my main thing is don't allow that to continue to be the same rate. Let's go ahead and change the narrative completely for ourselves. You know, it's beautiful to have a wonderful perception and stay, as you say, optimistic about whatever is to happen and always looking for a reason that whatever life obstacle courses is meant for me to learn, not to dwell on. It's meant for me to learn. And not even a little while ago, I just beat myself up about behind something that I'm learning about a particular individual that I didn't know about avoidance and dismissing. I didn't know the necessary characteristic and how strongly it is, um, and how powerful it truly is when you come across someone or a partner, mate, or anything like that. I didn't know that it's a certain format to go by, but I pray that like this the one I pray about. But I pray that I learn how to, as you say, not overthink that I just totally screwed it up. But I was new, and I was, as you say, new as in introduced something that was very much out of the norm for me. And since I've only been used to one way of certain love language, I'm learning about these things. And like I can tell you one thing with a highlight that I have learned from that dismissive and avoidance, uh, closeness is something that I truly value, but cannot allow it because it brings vulnerability. And since it brings vulnerability, it's also a trust factor as well. And when I'm learning that although it's a trust factor, it's a it's a type of closeness when they're allowed and they're truly ready and they're able to really, as you say, allow them to let that sit in. It's a truly a beautiful experience, but it's all in a timely based manner. You cannot rush that from what I have learned because I'm new, because I didn't know that I didn't get fully equipped about it. I knew something about it recently, but now I experience it and I see how impactful and important it is. It is all about patience, being persistent, and being present, and still consistently working on yourself. Remember, I embody the love frequency all day, every day. And since I embody, I enjoy it, I express it, I know it, I am love, I lead with love, but I also keep enough love reserved within myself to maintain and learn how to pull back myself so I don't lose myself in any type of relationship, friendship, whatever it is, by over exhausting myself. And since I'm speaking on this matter, it's really good to speak on it, but just knowing that like it was my first time experiencing it, and when you have first time experiencing things like this, you tend to like you tend to do what automatically what you're supposed to do in your mind and psyche. So if you dismiss a void, you're thinking that you're supposed to reach in. You're not supposed to. You're supposed to allow them to just be where they at and still work on you. Yeah, it's still conflicting to the anxious and preoccupied, still learning more upon this topic. I am not efficient in it, but I know enough to say I can aware and I can identify with it. But since I know and I'm learning the characteristics how to deal with it with myself, I know better, I'll do better, and I proceed to move forward with my life and remain optimistic and positive and look at what God's trying to teach me at the end of the day. And I'm grateful to have the experience. And I know it's more for me to learn, it's more to come. So that's really what I have a sum up for the video for today. Sorry that I missed yesterday, but I'm still staying consistent, still staying on the job. You guys have a wonderful, great day.